Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. Thanks so much for tuning in on This Week in Woke. It's going to be a listening session, so it's going to be a little bit different, but we'll get some of the things the same. So I appreciate you stopping by. I see my good brother from another, Jason Winston, in the building. Good to see you, sir. Grace and peace to you, sir. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right. But so we're going to have hopefully a good time tonight. It'll be a good time. This is hopefully a chance to hear from the people. I want to hear from y'all. So there's going to be a lot of that going on in here. What is going on, Mr. Gary McLean in the building? All right. Greetings from the northern hinterlands. Oh my gosh. What's whiter than snow? Go ahead, Gary. What's whiter than snow? We know what whiter than snow is. Okay. Okay, I thought it was a joke. I'm sorry. I thought it was a joke. Okay. We know what's whiter than snow is. Okay, I got you. I bet y'all do. Hey, Tina, good to see you. Good to see you. Grace and peace. Grace and peace. Hopefully you all had a beautiful Lord's Day on today. We did at Smyrna Press. We did. Thank you all so much. I would love to hear what your pastors preach, but sometimes that gets a little bit long. All right, let's do it. Real quick, what did your pastor preach on today? What was the title of the sermon? And then what was the passage in consideration? So actually, I have to admit, I got to pull up Danny's sermon today because I have no idea why I don't remember the title of it. Just real quick, because we haven't been doing it lately, but I do want to just do it real quick. What did your pastor preach on this Sunday? What was the name of it? Okay, it was. So Danny came from Luke chapter 10. So over at Smyrna Press, we preached out of Luke chapter 10. And that was 17 through 24. And I know I usually take notes, but I didn't do a good job today because I was doing security today. All right, so that was our sermon today. What about you? So, live thankful, Tina said. Was there a particular where it came from? I always like to hear that. I think that's always interesting. And the reason I do that, and the reason I ask that question is I think it's always intriguing how our pastors can take a passage of text, and let's say that 5 pastors were studying the same passage of text. Sometimes they come up with the exact same passage, but totally different approach to it and totally different sermon titles. So that's why I like to hear those sometimes. It's just always fun. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much, Tina. So that's Psalm 100, 1 through 5, and then Psalm 126, 1 through 3. I love it. Matt 25, 1 through 13, the 10 virgins. Will you be ready when Christ returns? Come the church to get to free oil for your lamps. I love it. I love it. I love it. Very keen. I like it, Gary. Thank you so much. And if you're new here, thank you so much. Hey, let me say that. I was going to say that today too. Welcome to the 10,189 subscribers, all of you. And the 52% that still haven't subscribed, but still watch my videos. So thank you so very much. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Good, bad, or indifferent, thank you so much for tuning in on this evening. If you're jumping in, you want to tell me what your pastor preached on this Sunday? That would be great, and we will jump into it. All right. I'll give you a few more minutes. And while we're doing that, get a little housekeeping stuff out of the way. Every now and then, I like to shoot an encouragement out for all Christian content creators. And so if you're new here, this is your first time checking out Dear Woke Christian, the weekend edition of the Week in Woke. What I like to do is I like to encourage us as the community, encourage us as the gang of people to support, encourage good quality content. So a couple ways that you can do that. You can always drop your content creator of choice a super chat. So you're watching their video, you're watching their live, you can give them a super chat. You can always buy some of their merch if they have a store. buy something of theirs. And then, of course, you can always become a member of their channels on YouTube. Those are some ways to do it, but those actually cost money. So I do understand that we're in a Biden economy, and sometimes money gets a little bit funny, and that might not be where you are. But guess what? There's a ton of ways that you can support your favorite content creator. It doesn't cost you anything. So one of those ways is to do, of course, like their videos, watch their videos, comment on their videos, and of course, share the videos. Easy peasy. You can do that, especially if you're going through their short feed. Just kind of like their videos, check them out, give it a little share. All that it helps out a lot. Also, if they have a mailing list, if they're soliciting a mailing list, please go and support them on their mailing list. If they have other social media platforms, so they're not only on YouTube, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on other places, go support them there. Just sign up and follow them there. And then, of course, lastly, and I think most importantly, pray for your favorite content creator. If you just pray for him or her, that's probably the best thing you can do. And just ask God that your favorite content creator continues to remain faithful, making much of Christ and exalting him on this social media platform. So that's just some quick housekeeping stuff. And I appreciate y'all. What is Tina saying here? Oh my, is this all of the sermon? Psalm 136, 1 through 6, 139, 14 through 18, 1 Thessalonians 5:18, Hebrews 11:6, and James 1:17. Wow. All right, let's go. Thanksgiving is an issue of worship. Thanksgiving is a pathway to obedience. Thanksgiving puts you in a posture of thankful rest. All right. No argument from me, not a bit. Thank you so much. I like it. What's going on, Sprosky lady? Good to see you. Still working outside. Well, get it done, friend. Grace and peace. What's going on, Benjamin Gibson? In the building. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much, Sarge, for stopping by. I met Benjamin at G3. He did use a lot of verses, it looks like, Tina. Yeah, it was good meeting you, man. Ben, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that again. Thank you so much. That is that. Housekeeping stuff. All right, so we're going to talk about, before we get into the listening session, I'll explain the listening session, but I do want to thank you all. Each and every one of you who've been in my comment section. Some reason or another, I got a bee in my bonnet that I should address some of the poor argumentation that people who profess to not believe in God present. And they present some really horrible arguments. And if they're here today, thank you so much for stopping by. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of put out front and center some of the horrible argumentation that comes out of these people's faces. And so I was using Mindslip, Brandon over at Mindslip's channel as like my example. Reason being is because his videos are really short compared to other people's videos. I mean, they're usually like less than 20 minutes long. They're very easy to watch. And he condenses, he really concentrates all of his bad argumentation, all of his errors into like this concentrated, like slop of toxic waste. So then you have a lot to work with in just a short amount of time. So that's why I've been putting out a lot of videos with him in there. And there's actually a lot more still in the hopper. So I thank y'all so much for watching it. But what I want to do is say thank you all so much. When those persons who profess to be atheists came into the comment section, I see very little disrespect from people who profess to be Christian toward them. And I really want to thank you all for that, because part and parcel of the behavior is like, oh, let me get Christians to act unchristian like, behaving in a way that demonstrates that you might not be a Christian. Oh, he got hot and heavy and bothered by me, so he must not be a Christian. So they're quick to do that. But I thank you all, because there are a lot of you all that have commented on my videos and such like that. And your behavior, your comments have been extremely beneficial. And I think it's also challenged a lot of those other people to not act bombastic and out of pocket when they came to my channel asking questions. Because I will never go to Mindslip's channel to comment. I don't do that, because if they want to come over here, that's perfectly fine. I have an open door policy as long as you don't use profanity. I'm pretty open and allow just about all kinds of comments. But I don't go to other people's channels like that. They can go over there and say what they're going to say. That's fine. I don't care. Just like I'm over here saying what I'm going to say, you shouldn't care. However, I've always encouraged, when people come to disagree with me, whenever I'm talking about woke ideology, I try to be as respectful as possible. Sure, I'm going to be a little bit I'm going to be a little bit snarky. If that's going to be a problem, then you need to get off the internet. But I do want to thank you all that you all took it on yourselves. And I think that's part and parcel to this group of people, that you all handle that type of behavior in a really godly, Christ honoring type of way. So again, there were a lot of them in there. They came in the comments acting real ridiculous, and they only encouraged me. They told me that I was over the target. So I'm going to drop a whole lot more this week. So when you see them in the comment section, thank you so much for engage them, ask them questions, challenge their presuppositions, all that kind of stuff like that. But keep making sure that you realize that you're representing Christ to a non-believer, to somebody who may one day possibly, by the power of the Holy Spirit, become your brother or sister in the Lord. So, just something to consider and think about. But y'all are rock stars. So I really do thank you so much for how you handle those people as they come. And I'm rolling out the mat. I've rolled out the mat for Brandon over at Mind Slip, and I told him he's welcome to come on over, man. Let's chop it up. I told him to email me so he could have come on the show. But it is what it is. I don't think they actually want to do that. They want to get in the comment section and make and think somebody's going to read an epistle in the comment section. I don't read those long things. But thank y'all so much. Let us keep this going. Benjamin said, great to meet you as well, bro. G3 was awesome indeed. It was, man. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Great experience. Hello, BD says, everyone just got here. Just came from service from studying Psalm 119. I love it. Patricia Grant's in the house. Good to see you, sister. Grace and peace. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so Jason, what is this listening party thing you're talking about? I see that you said, hey, today's not going to be your typical ask me anything. So, what's going on? Great question. Glad you asked. So what I'm going to be doing here in this listening party is I have a lot of questions that I'm going to be asking you as the community. So hopefully you're able to write back and comment back, because I do want some feedback. I want some feedback from you all. And so, and this is just as we're directing the channel, the year is almost over. As we're getting ready for 2024, by God's grace, we'll be able to do this again next year. So as we're getting ready for that, I had some ideas for where the channel is going to be going. As for example, dearworldchristian.com is still in the oven. It's still baking. But things are going really well with that. Matter of fact, if you would like to, you can go to dearworldchristian.com. I don't think I have it on my board. If you want to join the mailing list, that'd be great. I appreciate it. So I'll just drop that in here as well. You'll see that it's still under construction. I think it's got 8 days until launch. And at the bottom is subscribe. You can just add your name to the email list. So when we start sending out a newsletter, letting people know that new videos are going to be dropping. Oh, because, why did you say that, Jason? Because I'm going to actually be loading my videos on my own channel. So YouTube won't be primarily where I put my videos. So it's just another way to spread out the concentration of information. Because as you noticed earlier this year, I had an issue with YouTube where my channel was not able to make any AdSense. And if you notice now, my channel's not able to make any AdSense. So this channel is demonetized. Yikes. So, and they also have taken down videos, just a lot of stuff. So rather than play that game with YouTube, even though they're still going to be the big dog on the block, I'm going to put my content on my own channel, take care of it on my own self, and then share it with YouTube as I see fit. So that's just something. If you're interested, you can go to my channel, dearworldchristian.com, and sign up for the newsletter and get updates as things are going to be updating from there. So, all right, now back to the listening session. So let me get my questions ready. Okay. There we go. So got a couple questions, about about 5 good questions and a couple of sub questions I want to hear from you all. So if you don't have a problem, if you're okay with it, when you answer, if you could just put asterisk answer and then type out your response, that'd be great. So I'm going to ask a couple questions. I'm going to put them on the screen, and I just want to hear, what do you all think about them? I'm going to be taking notes. If it's something that I can do, of course, I'm going to be trying my best to do it. All that kind of good jazz. So, got my I love it. All right. All right. So let's get going with the first one. Let's get going. All right. Here it comes. What topics or themes resonate most with you? What topics or themes that I do on this channel resonate most with you? There's no right or wrong answer. Just let me know. If it's okay, I might queue up a couple of them and drop them up on the chat. But what kind of topics do I talk about? What kind of themes do I talk about that you find like, yeah, I really like when he does that, or this is the one I find most value in? And no, it can't be CRT bingo, even though I just typed that. Can't be CRT bingo. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, while you all are typing that, so Tina said she still wants to know why the guy in the comment meant when he said he is praying to his Lord of Darkness to open my eyes with thorns of truth. That was a weird comment. Keep in mind, most people, if you click on his, I remember that comment, and I think I might have actually removed that comment because it was out of pocket. But most of these people are children. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. There are adult atheists as well. But I really believe that was like a child. Like his channel was just like a video game channel, and it just came across like it was a child. So they just say bombastic stuff, anything that they think that will trigger you to misbehave or cause you to be like, oh, don't pray to the devil for me, as to get you all hot and bothered. That's really all it is. So I'm sorry that was there, but I appreciate you handling it like a champ and just ignore the silliness. So I thank y'all. All right, what we got? Oh, Tina said that's what she was wanting. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with children coming over because I think children need the gospel as well. Brandon, I don't know if he sent up the smoke signal or something. I did brought a lot of them over to the channel, which is fine. Which I hope they realize that all they did was show me what to do to get more of their attention, because I want them to zero in and hear the gospel. So I'm going to go back and look through some of those videos that they responded the most on. And I'm probably going to redo those videos again and again this week, because I really want to bring forward just how bad their thinking and logic is. So that's that. So some of the themes I have here, of course, talking about critical race theory and social justice, of course. Sermon reviews, I do those a lot, pretty often. I've done book reviews. I don't do them as frequently, even though my book, Let Us Worship Together, is the book. Let Us Worship God, Please Forgive Me, by Derek Thomas is my book that I'm reading this week. Sermon reviews, of course, lecture reviews, interviews, those kind of things like that. What do you find the most beneficial? Kelly's in the building. Kelly says, I like when you break down secular, progressive, anti-Christian messages. For example, the Tisby video. Thank you. Okay. I actually enjoy those ones. I really do. And I have like a special place in my heart for Jemar Tisby. I actually started I actually started calling myself the Black Pope off of a video from Jemar Tisby. So, yeah, I good. I'm glad you all like those. So I really enjoy those ones. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to plant those seeds, sister, doing my very best. But, and, I'll do the interviews sometimes. I try to keep, I try not to get into cultural things a whole lot, so I don't talk a lot about politics. I do find some politics things interesting to me. I've done book reviews on comic books that I really found interesting. And yeah, they might be interesting to Jason, but I got to make sure that they're actually interesting to the community. And otherwise, I need to do those somewhere else, because I don't want to bore you, or I don't want to not add value. I don't want you to come here and be like, I came here and Jason's talking about something that's totally not in his wheelhouse or totally not what I want to hear. And so I do want to make sure that what I'm doing here on the channel is what it is that you're used to, what you like and you find value in. And now a word from our sponsor. Ooh, another one. Jason says, I enjoy when you expose the fallacies of Jude 3 Project. Yo, okay, Jude 3 is kind of like Brandon to me over at Mindslip. They're kind of like Brandon because they just do so much wrong. And the bad thing is that, let me take that back. I shouldn't do them that bad. Brandon is in a league all by his own. Jude 3 has such potential. I'm sorry. I think Jude 3 could really be good. They got bit by the woke bug way early in their journey. I don't think they ever realized how far off track they are from sound theological truth and the such like that. So yeah, it is easy, but I like Jude. I want to like Jude 3. I'm sorry, because I think they have some really interesting. I really like that Why I Left the Church series. I talk bad about them. I dunk on them a lot about it, but I really like Jude 3's Why I Left the Church series, where they sit down with like 3 or 4 people who profess to have left the church and may even left the faith and hear their stories. I like that. I like how they heard the stories and such. And I expressed my concerns, my issues with it. But, hey, so no, I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that. Yes. BD says, book reviews. Tonight, Pastor gave a book called Right Thinking for Culture and Chaos by John MacArthur and Nathan Busnick. I got a book by Nathan. Nathan does a lot of collaborative writings. I think that's interesting. Can't wait to read. No, I have not read it. This is my first time hearing about it. But let me know what you think about it, BD. And I need to actually get reading on this book. I'm reading this book slow. I usually am probably a quarter through by now, and I'm super slow today on this book this week. So I got to get my life together. But no, I appreciate that. Brenda says, I like your book reviews and books you read. Thank you so much. By the way, that's a good point. Let me drop my social media links here if you would like to follow me on Goodreads, which is where I keep track of all my books. You're welcome. I just dropped my link down there. Goodreads is in there. And that's where I put all the books that I'm reading and the books that I've read this year. So I'm glad you like it. I was debating, Brenda. I'm glad you brought that up. I was debating doing like a little 1-minute video book review on my Dear Woke Christian Instagram every week, because I do a book a week. And so I thought about doing that. And I think I might start doing that in 24. So I've written it down, just some things I'm thinking about, and I'll keep you all posted, but I will keep updating it on Goodreads, because that's a good way to keep up with it and for people to see it. If you want to follow me, click on that link. There's all of my different social medias for Dear Woke Christian. I even think I put the new Pinterest, the new Pinterest board for all you all who like to talk about food. It's even on there as well. What did Gary say here? Gary said, displaying the foolishness of the world, video clips, etc., and giving a biblical refutation. Perfect. I'm glad what I'm getting from this is that the things that I'm doing have not turned you away or been like, I can't believe he's doing that. I try to make them fit within the paradigm of Dear Woke Christian as best I can. But and the reason I even did this listening session is I really wanted to talk about something today that was totally off topic. Well, I've talked about it before, but I said I don't want people to come and they're used to me talking about this particular topic, and I'm over here talking about something that's way out in left field, and they're like, what is going on? So I said, you know what? I'm going to spend the night just making sure that I'm on target, and I might have to save that other topic for another day. I mean, for another show or somebody else's show. Maybe I'll go to Tim Frisch's show and talk about it or something. I don't know. So, hey, I appreciate that one. Thank you so much. All right, here's my next question. Are there specific guests or experts you'd like to hear from on this podcast, on this show? And then, of course, if you got a connection, that'll make it great too. All right, what did Jason Winston say? Swing by the little free library, bring Jason X on the channel. He was supposed to come by one day and things didn't work out on the schedule. So we'll make sure we get Jason X back for sure. But yeah, maybe Jason X can be a guest. There we go. I don't know how we'll make that happen. Maybe we can do like a little, we'll call in a Zoom call or something. But are there any experts or people that you would like, hey, Jason, you should interview this person? I think that'd be great. I have no problem with that. They could be Christian or not, by the way. And then, of course, just I'd love to hear. And if you do have a connection, shoot me an email. That'd be great. But anybody you want me to interview or talk to? Because I have nobody planned on the show for a while. Yeah, nobody. What is that about? So Brenda likes my idea of Goodreads. And I'm hoping that, like I said, it might be just like a short 1 minute interview, 1 minute summary of my book. I've done a couple of them. I just got to get consistent. That's all. But I figure if I start in January with my new series of books, I'll just do that. That'll be it. Jacob Romay from Trinity Bible Chapel. Okay. I will look into him. If you have a connection, please don't hesitate. Don't be shy to send me an email. If there's a good opportunity there, I would love to have him come on. But love it. Love it. All right. All right. It looks like most of the comments about that one. I appreciate it. All right. Let us. Wait, Kelly says, ex-progressives. I know Monique from the Center for Biblical Unity would fall in that category. Okay. Actually, I know I have their connection. I just never actually been able to get them on. But don't worry about it. I will look into that. Thank you. Consider doing an informal debates. Okay. I have no problem with that. Okay. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Is there a particular topic, or I can pick the topic, but you want that informal debate format, Jason? What do you mean? Let me bring that back up right here. So, I mean, there's like formal debate, there's informal debate, but do you want me to like come up with a topic, or is there a particular topic that you had on your mind? Okay. Let me, and BD said he was in a documentary, The Antichrist and His Ruin with James Coates. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Now I know who Jacob is. Okay. I will look into him. Thank you so much, friend. All right. So this one is coming up. This is like a 3-part question. Well, it's a question with 3 possible answers. And they could all be the same thing. Do you prefer shorter bite-sized episodes or longer in-depth discussions? And that's what I mean by that is simply, an 8-minute video, a 10-minute video, or do you really like the longer videos that are, an hour? Let's say I have not done an hour video in a while, except that review video recently. But yeah, which one do you like more? It's okay. You'll probably get them all, but like, which one do you like more? The bite-sized episodes or the in-depth, longer discussions? What is your preference? Or which one do you prefer? I should ask also, when do you like, what is your preferred time? But okay. Brenda says, give me that in-depth stuff. All right. I like it. Okay. Keeping track of that. Give me that in-depth stuff. I like it. I like it. Give a couple people some others. Thank you all, those new people that may have just stopped by, just dropped in. What are they doing? So tonight I'm doing what's called a listening session. I'm asking questions and I'm listening to you all. Give me some feedback back. So this is just a listening session. Just give you a chance to tell me what it is that you like about the channel, where we're going, and kind of give you some hints on where the channel is going to be moving forward. So, all right. So got some good answers here. Brenda says she likes the in-depth stuff. I like it. I like the in-depth, but I'm good with whatever. Okay. Jason says debate topics like why people really leave the church. Ooh, would I have fun with that, Jason? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you now. You might shoot me an email on that one, friend. That was good. All right. So Kelly says that shorter bite size, 8 to 20 minutes. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. So yeah, I just want to give it a chance. I'm posing the questions. So this is like a reverse AMA. I'm throwing the questions out to you and you're answering them and I'm taking notes and I'm paying attention. Sprosky lady in the building. I like settling for a long haul. Okay, I got you. Oh my gosh. How about doing a night of eschatology? Years ago, John Piper did one featuring every view. Okay, I can see that. What I want to do is make sure one, I guess I might have to find the John Piper one and kind of see how he did it, just so I can wrap my mind around it. Because I have a mental assent to it, but I don't want to mishandle it. I was thinking like, so you have every different view. So this is what I'm thinking, BD, to answer your question. This is what I'm thinking. So let's just say for quick math that there's 10 different views. And let's just say there's 5 really big key moments that all 10 views have some kind of answer to. So then you have 10 different views on the screen, 10 different people representing the 10 different views. And then the question would be, what do you think about the rapture? And then everybody answers the question. And then the next one is, what do you think about the new heavens and the new earth? And everybody answers the question accordingly. I think that's what I'm thinking about, but I would love to hear. So if you do have that video, BD, feel free to send me a link to it or something like that. That'd be helpful. But that might not be bad. It might not be. I think there would be a lot of benefit in that for sure. Lots of good benefit. What does Gary say? Gary said, found you through what you did with Chris Roseborough. Would love to see you interview him again. Fun fact, fun fact, I got a text message this week. It will be in 2023, the Lord willing. So don't worry about it. You will see Chris Roseborough and the Black Pope together again soon enough. Okay. Jason says, keep the shorts coming. Okay. Okay. Matter of fact, that's part of the next question. So don't run away. Let's see. Tina says, Mike Winger did something on that too. He did an overview of each view. Okay. So I'm wondering, because I would hate to, again, just for fast math, let's just say there's 10 solid views on eschatology. Let's just say there's 10. I would hate to be the one to misrepresent one of them and people think that they're crazy because Jason misrepresented them. So I would think like maybe get 10, a person from each group to represent their group. So the pre-mill, the all-mill, the post-mill, and they just represent their group and explain what their view is about very key elements of eschatology. I think that could be beneficial. I like that, actually. It's starting to really grow on me. So hopefully that's something we can put together. But yeah, so BD says like the post-mill, the all-mill, the pre-mill. Yep. And I have some people in mind that probably wouldn't be a bad discussion. So, okay. I'm hoping I'm understanding it correctly. So please do not hesitate. Don't be afraid to shoot me an email if you really have a good idea about this. Basically 4 views with some questions in between. Okay. Yeah. Keith did one too. I love Keith. That guy's hilarious. He just did one too. Okay. Now I got to go check him out. Okay. So a panel discussion. Really? Now that's something I actually have only done a few of on this channel. I've only done a few panel discussions. But okay, cool. All right, let us keep this game going. Remember, if you want to answer, just answer, put asterisk answers or capital A answers or something like that before, so I can find these when I get done. What are your thoughts on shorts? All right, what are your thoughts on shorts? Do you like them or you not like them? So let's just go with likes, like or no, like or hate, smash or pass. I don't know, whatever crazy things. What do you think about shorts? And I know I've put up a lot of shorts. I went back through my analytics recently, and I think I've put up probably in excess of 600 shorts. I'm probably gonna start taking some of those down too. But what are your thoughts on shorts? All right, so Brother Gary says like. All right, he's on team like. I like it. I like it. They're easy to do, and sometimes you get more. You almost get as much bang for your buck from them as you do on a longer form video if you're just trying to get people's eyes on your videos. So, I mean, they definitely have a place. No question about that at all. Oh, pull my notes back up. Oh, Tina says she likes them. Cool. All right. All right. So I think it's fair to surmise that shorts seem to be liked. I like them. Okay. That's something I haven't done. Thank you, Jason. Jason says, keep the Andy Stanley shorts coming. You know what? You're right. I get the thumbs up from Kelly. I love it. I love it. They're easy. They help with sharing. Sprosky lady, thank you so much. I think I kind of translated that meant that you liked them. So I like it. All right. So it's fair to say that shorts, the overall consensus of the millions and millions of people that are not watching this video, the tens that are watching this video at the moment, is that shorts are okay. So now, got to ask you the next question. What about regular length videos? Those 3 to 45-minute videos. You like them or not? And that would be like my response to. Actually, I got a 3-minute video coming up in the morning, but I'm trying to think one off the top of my head. What are your thoughts on the 3 to 5 minute videos? Sometimes they're called videos on demand or long form videos, whatnot like that. What are your thoughts on those? Like them or no? Yeah, like that review of Brandon's testimony was an hour and 25 minutes. And then like the review of the 20 ways that God does not keep his objective morality. That was like 2.5 hours long. Those are probably the longest videos I've done in some time that were not live streams. Okay, let's see what we got here, people. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I like it, but depends on subjects. Need longer explanations though. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that, if I was going over a deep topic or if I had a guest, whatnot like that, like when I sat down with James Coates or Seymour Hellegard, hopefully I'll have Phil Johnson back on the channel real soon, that kind of stuff. Having an interview like that, definitely would like it to be in the longer end. So seems like we got Talking Story says like, thank you so much. We got that like as well from BD and a good old thumbs up from my brother Jason. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that the length of videos that I'm doing are acceptable to the majority or the vast majority of subscribers to the channel. So they like the length of the videos. I like your videos, period. If I see it, I watch it. Hey, Brenda, that's a beautiful strategy. I like that strategy. Extra indulgences for you. Extra indulgences. I love it. So if I'm understanding correctly, we like those, whether they're short videos or the regular long form videos. Then I guess it kind of goes without saying to ask this question, but I had it already queued up. How do we feel about live streams, the longer live streams? and not just me rambling. So let's just say, hey, maybe this live stream, I do have a long interview or a panel discussion, or the idea that BD gave me with the different views on eschatology. That would be really interesting. I think that would be really good. So what are your overall thoughts on that, on long form live stream videos? A word from our sponsor. All right, so they like the Sprosky lady likes the stream. She said she's about the stream life. Okay, praise God. All right. Jason likes the long form videos, but does Jason like my live stream videos? That's the question of the day. Okay, so Talking Story says you can edit the long ones and add your thoughts. Example, stop the clip and insert your, yep. Like the live stream. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to make sure my goal for this listening session was to hear what you all find value in. So I have some videos that I like to do. Like a perfect example. I really liked Critical Race Theory Bingo when I first started doing it, but it was a pain to record. It was horrible. It was horrible over here. So, but you all really, a lot of people liked it because they met me through Chris Roseborough when I did Prophecy Bingo on Chris's channel. So over here, we're doing Critical Race Theory Bingo, and it was fine. But it was a pain in the backside to do. I ain't gonna even lie. But I stopped doing it. Okay, I just said, look, I can't do this. This is too much. Because I was trying to do it once a month, and it was crazy. So I had so much fun doing it, but it was just hard to, the end product was difficult. So you all just saw this finished product and it looked great. So I said, I'm just gonna stop doing it. And then people would come and they say, hey, are you gonna do that Critical Race Theory Bingo thing again? What about Critical Race Theory Bingo? And so I said, you know what? I need to bring that back. And so took the time, researched how to do it better. And I'm glad we stopped doing it. But whenever we did it, like last week or 2 weeks ago, that was so much fun. I actually called Chris Roseborough and told him I found a better way to do Critical Race Theory Bingo. And because they still do it the way that I was doing it before, but they have a team that actually helps them. Well, not a team, it's Joshua that does it. But so my point in that is taking the time to listen to what you all like, which is again, Critical Race Theory Bingo was a lot of fun, and just finding a way to do it in a way that's most beneficial. Because I think we all, it seemed like a lot of people really enjoyed that. A lot of the feedback was that was a good experience. So that's why I'm doing this listening session, to kind of hear what you all like and make sure that we're giving you what it is that you would like to hear and see on the channel. All right, so lots of people are down with the live streams. I love it. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to find the problem. Talking Story is I don't want it to be a situation where you're just watching me play it. I have to have a way for you all to be able to access the bingo board and be like, in a perfect world, I would have had all of your bingo boards on the screen while we were playing. So then when you say bingo, I could bring it up and stuff like that. That would have been a perfect world. So the only thing is trying to find a way to play these games or do these activities with a large group of people. I used to be a classroom teacher, and we used to use Kahoot to do that. It was fantastic. And it was great. I retired 5 years ago, though, or not 5 years ago. I'm sorry. I retired 3 years ago. It'll be 5 years this coming February. However, I went to Kahoot today, and you have to pay for it now. So I'm like, oh man, because I could have easily shared it. It would have been an easy game. So it's just finding a way so that everybody can play it is the part that I really want. Or if they want to play it, you don't have to. Let me say it like that. If you want to be able to play it so that they can enjoy it as well. So that's been my catch 22 at the current moment. All right, so it seems like there's lots of feedback about live streams are very popular. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, okay. Since this is such a great idea, if somebody out there, if you, in the world you find a way for me to play bingo so that I can pull up your bingo board so you all can sign in and we can all play together. So when we're watching the video, because you saw how critical race theory bingo worked, we're watching the montage and everybody has their little bingo board. If we could do that so that I could see your bingo board as you're putting your X on it or marking it off, that would be amazing. I do think I have a Jeopardy game. Actually, I do have a Jeopardy game. I just got to remember my teacher password. Let me just see real quick. We're not going to play Jeopardy right now. Don't worry. Please let me have my password is in the system. Y'all are in trouble now. Okay, okay, I literally just lied to you all. I literally just lied to you. Because I just said we're not going to play it. And guess what we're going to do? I'm going to see. Oh my gosh, I'm so amped. Okay, can you all see this? Okay. All right, so when I was my last year teaching, I taught 3rd grade. And so this was my last year. Wow. Okay, so we got 3 teams. Get out of here. But you see, I don't have a way to communicate with y'all. Hold on. So I would have to, this would be too much fun. This would be so much fun. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so, all right. I hope I don't regret this. Here's the link to jump on the live stream. If you have a camera and you have a microphone and you want to, I just need 2 other people or 3 people total, 3 people total to jump in. Let's see if this works. If you would like to, I should be able to fit 3 people on the screen. Let me change the layout too while I'm at it. Change the layout just to make it a little bit better, a little more better. Camera. If you want to, you can jump in. A little more better. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool looking. I need 3 people, right? Yeah. So it wouldn't be a team. It'll just be 3 people. Okay. You guys got me over here doing all nerding out over here. All my haters are going to be like, what in the world? All right, so let me say this a name. So this is only when I play Jeopardy. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for reminding me of this game. Okay, so all right, so I tend to enjoy them all. Because sometimes your particular topics may not meet where I am at, but most of them do. That is good. Part of the variety in the family. I love it. Thank you so much, friend. All right, if anybody does want to, you don't have to. Oh man. All right. What did he say? Some guy added the Jeopardy game in his talk and went viral. Oh, well then I got power, baby. I'm ready to go viral. So this is basically how it would work. Like my kids it had team 1, team 2, team 3. they would pick a topic. So for example, read and build numbers, and then it would come up here, read and build this number, and they would have some kind of object or some way that they had to show it, whether it be with tens blocks or some kind of whatever. And if they got it right, they would get the plus, and then go back, and then it's gone. All right. And then it would just, and there's like a double Jeopardy in here too somewhere. It was fun, man. So we'll come back to it if anybody does want to. That's fine. All right, let's see what we got. Talking says we need to bring those hard to understand concepts of 5th grade level so it's not overly academic, except CRT, oppression, queer theory, etc. I got you. Totally. Absolutely. Okay, so thank you. That was a blast from the past right there. Let me see if I got another. Let me see if I got I actually should have a figurative language. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this was here. When I taught Latin, I got a Latin bingo, not bingo, a Latin Jeopardy game. Oh my gosh. The 10 Commandments. Oh my gosh. We might have to do 10 Commandments and see, are you smarter than an atheist? That's how we'll call it. All right, let's go. All right. So, man, thank y'all so much. That was a true blast from the past. Thank you so much. All right, here's another question for you. All right, would you be interested in exclusive content or bonus episodes for supporters or members of the Dear Woke Christian channel? So everybody gets this access to this material at the current moment, and that will still remain. It won't be doing that. However, oh, that's a good question. However, what about exclusive content? Example, a longer interview with somebody, or maybe like a small group discussion with, if I had, for example, let's say I had Phil Johnson come on and we had a live stream where you could just interact with Phil Johnson. Would you be interested in that? And if it were behind a paywall, would you be okay with that? So, no harm, no foul either way. I like that question, BD. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. So BD says, what about a weekly Bible study? I like that. I like that. My screen is blurry. My screen is blurry? What you talking about? What you mean? I look. Are you sure? Let me look. That's pretty good over here, Jason. I think I look on your end. I think I look a little washed out. I might change the color profile a little bit. No, I don't like that one. I think I look a little pale, actually, but not blurry. I'm sorry. Oh, the background's supposed to be blurry. That's fancy stuff. That's fancy bokeh effect. Like, see, I took it off now. That's like the fancy stuff, man. Come on now. Come on, don't hurt me with my fanciness. Y'all didn't notice I was trying to be fancy? See a little blur? It's called bokeh effect. I was thinking I was cool. Now you say I look blurry. Oh, I spent the time to get cool and they don't even, oh man. Are y'all being paid for by my children? That's something my kids would do to me. Oh, they hurt my feelings. My soul is hurt. Oh, oh. I think Trina and Taylor paid y'all to do that to me. Oh my gosh. Just when I thought I was cool, getting the cool blur effect back there. And they just, got me in the feels. All right. I am gonna find a Jeopardy game if anybody does jump on. I cannot believe this is still available. That is crazy. I remember I paid for it though, so I guess it is. Yeah, I did pay for it. Wow. 10 Commandments Jeopardy. That is hilarious. All right. No answers. Nobody likes my question. All right, let's see. All right. I'm going to take that as an overwhelming dud. Does anybody have any opinions about extra content? That's actually my last question. So I think we would chalk it up as a dud. All right. I'm gonna take this question down because my feelings is getting destroyed. All right, what you say there? Talking story. Okay, I always like an interview, but guest questions can be really bad. I got you. Totally got you. Hey, what's going on, Grant? Good to see you, friend. Grace and peace. Good to see you. Grant comes in hot, y'all. Here comes Grant. Grant says, "Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow," and then proceeds to ask the question, "How long until they cancel that hymn for racism?" I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm pretty sure that we Presbyterians will continue to sing it. I'm pretty sure that will be the case. Okay, so I want to thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for that. That was a great listening session. I just wanted to hear a couple of things and get some good cues from you all on what you all found value for, what you all found value for, what you all found value in on the channel. So I thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jason said it. Don't give them any ideas, man. They already wilding out too much. Don't give them too many ideas, please. Okay. BD says extra content would be great, especially explaining things in some similar terms that are less scholarly can understand. I was thinking about doing some exclusive interviews on my Buy Me a Coffee page, particularly since I've been, whenever you decide to have a discussion with or whatnot with atheists, oftentimes they will bring up questions that we as Christians have already settled. We've already settled a lot of questions. Thank you so much for the suggestions and ideas, everybody. Please, if you have other ideas or questions, feel free to email me. That does help me a lot because I do take that into consideration when I'm doing things and planning videos and content in the future. But like, for example, people who profess to be atheists I had somebody yesterday or Friday say that a good person, God is going to, they don't believe in a God who will send a good person to hell because they ate shrimp. I was like, man, there's so many problems. Like, wow, you got a lot of bad teaching in one sentence. Like, that's pretty impressive, actually. But it's fair to say they don't understand the law of God. They don't understand the various types of law and which ones have been done away with and which ones are still we still adhere to, or at least seek to respect. And so I was thinking about having a session with a scholar who's written about that, who's preached on that, and so forth, and just do a private conversation so you can ask questions and whatnot. Like, is it okay if I eat my bacon wrapped shrimp, on Sunday while wearing cotton and polyester or something like that? So I thought it would be good to have that discussion because, and to be beneficial to help, because at the end of the day, the only reason I'm doing those conversations and pointing out atheists is to show them that their teaching is wrong. It leads them on, they are in as much bondage as an atheist as the people that embrace woke ideology. They're in that much bondage. But Christ came and offered us not only salvation when we die, but peace of mind today. So we don't actually have to be in that kind of bondage. And so I wanted to make sure that I really put that out there, because if you think that God is going to throw you in hell because you ate shrimp, you have a misunderstanding of God. You have a misunderstanding of yourself and what God's law is to you. I'm like, maybe we should do a class on that or teaching on that. So those are the things that I was thinking about doing. And some of these comments have gotten away from me. I'm sorry. Grant says, I promise that this is not a paid sponsorship, but my father and I have been bonding over HelloFresh. Today's pork tacos were amazing. Okay. Hey, something's going on in my kitchen. I don't know. I hear my daughters in there talking and they're at peace with one another, so I can't be mad. Don't forget, Talking Story says, the mention where you play a pre-selected clip. When you stop it and talk about it, it moves the discussions. Your show could have 8 clips. Yes, I do that pretty frequently. Thank you so much. Good call out. Like Hit the Bar does that. Yeah. And Hit the Bar's videos, Kozar's videos are on the longer end because they don't edit them afterwards. But, yes. Answer your question. Jason, I do, yes, I do hold to the 3 uses of the law. I hate to use the word uses, but I got you. All right. So Talking Story says, I have serious doubts about the teachings around the concept of rapture. I just uncovered that the Rockefeller Group funded pastor and Nee Bible translation in the 1800s, and the word rapture was reinterpreted. I don't, I think I've actually read something about that, and I don't have it in front of me, so I'm trying to remember where it would be. But I'm not surprised. However, for Jason, and I'll tell you why I don't subscribe to a rapture ideology or a rapture picture. If we believe that the Bible from Genesis on to Revelation is a constant, well, let me back up real quick. I am an amillennialist, so I do believe that the book of Revelation is the same story being told multiple times from different vantage points. It's not some linear progression, but rather it's a telling of the same story over and over and over again. And I tell people, if you were looking at a giant mural, if you're looking at a giant mural in your town on a big wall, you and your friends and your families would be looking at it, and you would be seeing different things at different points. It's not that it wasn't there before, but rather that you're seeing it now. Like, oh, look there. Hey, everybody, what about that? Hey, it was already there, but rather you're now pointing it out because you see it differently. And it doesn't mean that it wasn't there before. So with that being the case, I wanted to lay the framework of that. And mind you, I don't argue with anybody. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to put you in a headlock. I'm not going to boot you out of the live chat if you hold a different view. Okay. But when I look at the rapture, I don't see, so I believe that the Bible from Genesis to Revelation is God's it's an ongoing progressive revelation of Christ. We get to Christ and then it just tells us what Christ has done through his church. But we can see archetypes and we can see pictures of that all throughout Scripture. So we see pictures of Christ all throughout the Old Testament. We see pictures of the church all throughout the Old Testament. We see examples of the apostles. We see all of this stuff from in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. We see that back and forth, if that makes sense. Okay. We don't see anything that looks like the rapture. Nothing. I do see something that resembles the second coming, and it makes sense. When Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem on what we call Palm Sunday, that makes sense. That makes sense. But there's no rapture where I don't. It doesn't make sense to me that would be. And keep in mind, when John and Paul wrote what later is going to be called the rapture, it was to these new Christians who were holed up sometimes in catacombs, who were being hunted down by Rome. I don't know how that was edifying and encouraging for them to say, wow, in a couple thousand years, my kids are going to be raptured up and they're not going to have to deal with persecution. Boy, that is really encouraging. I don't know how that works. Now, again, I could be wrong, and the rapture could be as solid as the cross and as solid as today is Sunday. I just don't see any reason to believe it, though. That's me. But I am not angry at anybody that believes in the rapture. I do want you, however, to preach and teach and live like the rapture is not going to happen. As long as you do that, we can stay friends. All right. So BD says, I don't know. I didn't know you did sermon reviews. You know, what was Great 10 Indictments of the Modern Church by Paul Washer? That was excellent. Yes. And I think most of the time I was doing like bad sermon reviews or woke sermon reviews. I think one time I did one on my own pastor. But if the people would like me to do sermon reviews, I wouldn't mind doing good or bad sermon reviews. I have no problem with that at all. Tony's in the building. Jason, I hope you're well, brother. Ever think about doing a series of 5-minute videos going through the Westminster Shorter Catechism? How funny is that? I was literally looking at it. I was looking at my Westminster right here. 5-minute video going through the Westminster Shorter Catechism. No, to answer your question, no, I had not thought about that. Would I be just reading them or giving like a short summation of it, putting it in Jason E's? What are you thinking, Tony? That might not be the worst thing I've done. I don't think it'll get me kicked out of my church, which is my goal not to get. That's not a bad idea. There's some great ideas, man. I have to mark that one down. That's kind of fun. Like Catechism Monday or something. Yeah. Okay. So then I'd say number one, what is the chief end of man? Man's chief end is to glorify God and to enjoy him forever. And I give it, okay. You got me thinking, Tony. You got my email. Yeah. I like that. That was a good one. BD says, I belong to a mostly amillennial Reformed Baptist church, but I'm a pre-mill and believe in a rapture, but most of brothers and sisters don't. So my husband and I think you say I never share our feelings on it though. And hear me, there are people in my church, a Reformed Presbyterian church, that believe in the rapture. I have zero beef with them. I'm not breaking fellowship with you. None of that stuff. I just, again, if it came down to the brass tacks and we had to knuckle it up, I don't think that, I think I could make the case pretty clear from the scriptures. But yeah, I'm not mad at anybody. As long as you're looking up for him to return, that's all I care about. What can wash away my privilege? Nothing but the blood of white. Grant, come on. Grant is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. With no further ado, Grant is here in the building. It's just enjoying listening to the questions and the answers right now. Thank you, Sprosky lady. Always good. Thank you so much. I am a pre-trib Baptist. I'm sorry, pre-trib, please forgive me, because God doesn't believe in spouse abuse, and the 7 years is all the wrath of God. Okay, again, I got you. So my Bible Care and Share Fellowship, by the way, I like the name, and this is what I ask people to do. If you remove the hard and fast numbers out of the book of Revelation, so like the 144,000, the 7 years, the 1,200 days, all that stuff. If you just put those aside for, just put them aside for a moment, a lot of the book of Revelation starts to sound really like it's just repeating itself very much. And that being the case, I don't think God believes in spousal abuse either, but he uses tribulations to perfect his church and to refine his church. And I think it would almost be like saying, well, we're going to take this gold, but we're not going to refine it. So we'll take all of the gold, the whole gold ore out of the ground. We know it's gold, but it also has some mix, but we're going to take it all and we're just great with that. I don't think we have that evidence, especially when he talks about a bride being dressed in white and pure without any spot or wrinkle or any such thing. I think that we would, again, not to part hairs, and you are still definitely my brother. I think that we can make the case that the book of Revelation does sound a lot like it's repeating itself. And that being the case, a lot of these things have been done over and over and over and over again. Like, how many times has Jerusalem been surrounded? How many times has it been surrounded by its enemies? How many times have big armies come and attack? I mean, there's a lot of things that have sound very much like they've just been repeated. And then if you think about it, the bookends of the book of Revelation, and I'm only referring out of the book of Revelation, not the Thessalonian passages. And I love this. When you open up the first seal, the very first seal that the Lamb who was slain opens is the white horse. That is the only horse that's spoken of positively. The other ones, death, plague, and war, death, famine, war, the other ones are all spoken of negatively. When you get to chapter 18, you see the rider on the white horse. If you look at the rider at the beginning and the rider at the end, it's the same person. It's Christ. So it sounds a lot like the beginnings of time to me, because he comes in his first coronation. He only has one crown. He's on a small horse and a bow. He comes back. He is bloodied and his head is stacked high with crowns. And he's riding in triumph. So why I'm saying that is, to me, I'm not comforted in the idea that he's going to come and get me out of the hassle, out of the fray, out of the mix, but rather that he's going to protect me through it all, and all I have to do is hold on. So that's my opening soliloquy on why I am a millennialist. But you know what, Bible Care and Share Fellowship, you're still my brother. I got no problems with you. I want to make sure I say that again. What you got? What we got? Tony, what you got? Reading it, explaining it. Jason Ease. Explain it a bit. Okay. That would actually be kind of fun. Can I do it I could do it on Instagram. You got me really thinking. BD and Tony have come in with some ideas on today. Yeah. Okay. Let me process that. We're going to talk again. In sarcasm. I got you. I am a pan millennial. Wait. Let me see. A pan millennialist. I will pan out. I walked into that. I should have saw that coming a mile away. I have no idea how we got onto eschatology, but yes, all millennials in the building. Have you considered doing a video on paedo baptism, a biblical defense? No, I've not. And I'm Presbyterian. and we'll probably have a baptism next week. I've never thought about it. Okay, I'll be honest with you. There are certain topics I try to, but this is really, I'm just going to be honest with you. My name's Jason. This is Confession Hour. I'm just going to confess. I try not to stir the pot with a lot of people. Now, there are certain people I don't care. The woke crowd, I don't even care. Whatever. Y'all just do whatever. People who are atheists, I don't care. Whatever. Just get over your feels. But people within the body of Christ that are true Christians and such of that nature, sometimes I feel like there are topics that we don't try to be gracious about. And sometimes I'm like, yo, I don't want to get into a spat about something that I don't think we need to. I've seen too many people part ways, good people. So they're not, progressives, not liberals, and not, bringing in their political ideologies. Good people split over things that we can say, hey, all right, I see this differently than you do. I can be gracious to you and say, hey, I disagree with you respectfully, but you know what? Let's go get some chicken afterwards. And I see people parting ways over this topic a lot, Jason. So I don't want, I stay out of it. And my kids got baptized, and I don't like, but I don't feel like I feel like in some instances, and for example, let's just say, let me say, if Jason Winston lived in my town and Jason Winston was a Credo Baptist and I'm a Pedo Baptist, and he said, hey man, I would like to sit down with you and talk about that. I would have probably no problem with that. If we could just remain and Jason demonstrates himself that we're going to remain civil. I've just seen too many people get uncivil about stuff that doesn't need to be like that. I think we should let the world and the pagans be uncivil, but sometimes we got to remember we're brothers and sisters and we don't have to part ways on this. I don't think that we need to make it an issue that gets as bad. So that's why I don't tend to, I tend not even talk about it. All right, keep it going. You don't find the church in Revelation 6 till the return of Christ in Revelation 19. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And hear me, man. Hear me, brother. Hear me, brother. I am not going to. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And I like it, though. I like it. The writer in Revelation 6 has a Stephanos in Christ. And 19 has a diadem, different types of crowns. Okay. But that's the only one that's spoken of positively. All the other ones are spoken out of negatively. But and hey, like I told you, I got no issue with that. I don't see anything that resembles the church being raptured or the church being, if you're saying that the book of Revelation starts with a rapture, I don't see how did we get there. But, I understand the Daniel's week prophecy, and of course Thessalonians. So, but I got you. Sprosky lady said, I thought the book reading of the Peter Bible, oh my gosh, that was so ridiculous. It was great fun. I just looked at that a couple of days ago. That was ridiculous. That was oh my gosh. I do think that they got convicted and they stopped doing it though. I haven't seen anything more from them. So prayerfully they stopped doing that. BD says, Jason, I don't want to change your amillennial view. I just like to understand where everyone is coming from. I never criticize my fellow brothers and sisters. I just like to understand. Oh, absolutely. No, I don't think that you were seeking to change my view. And I don't think that Bible Care Share Fellowship is either. Oh, I just think we're just having a good conversation, which is ultimately all we want to do is talk it out and figure it out and that kind of good jazz. So no, absolutely. No problem at all. Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's see. Man, that was a good conversation. I love it. Check my notes real quick and see what else. All right. As we're getting ready to wrap it up, I am thinking about doing wait. Sprosky lady's hilarious. She said, "You think they got convicted? That's cute." Why isn't that showing up? You think they got convicted? Oh, that's cute. Exodus is a new book. I don't know how they're gonna do Exodus. I ain't gonna even lie. I pray they don't. I'm sorry. There's just entirely too much animal sacrificing going on in the book of Exodus. So I pray they don't. Please don't. But I'll be here to give them that business again. I will be doing this though. For my Buy Me a Coffee people, and let me just pull that up too, by the way. I do want to say thank you very much for the people who are members of my Buy Me a Coffee or who've come through and support me on Buy Me a Coffee. Either way, I do appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Because my channel is not monetized. So none of this this is just a labor of love. But I am going to be doing more. I don't know why that's taking so long to load up. I am going to be doing more live streams on my Buy Me a Coffee. So I'm encouraging you, if you do support me on Buy Me a Coffee, or you are a member of the channel through Buy Me a Coffee, please keep an eye on your emails, okay? Make sure they don't go to your junk mail, because apparently a lot of them were going to the junk mail. So a lot of people did not know that they had gotten an invitation to the live stream that I did this past week. I will be doing more of those, and I will be giving exclusive reviews of the videos that I'm going to be uploading. So you'll see those in your email. So please make sure you check your emails. And if you're like, Jason, what in the world is this Buy Me a Coffee thing that you speak of? I'm glad you asked. There's the link right there. For some reason or other, their site is loading slow. I have no idea why. And here it is right there. Now, I bring all of that up because initially we said we were going to play Critical Race Theory Bingo again when I hit 15,000 subscribers. That's going to be a long time because we're currently at 10,188. 188. So that's going to be a long time. I would much rather play Critical Race Theory Bingo a lot sooner. So I bring up my Buy Me a Coffee because I figure if I had, at the current moment, I have 12 members to my Buy Me a Coffee. My goal is to get double that. So 24, 25. Once we hit 25 members on Buy Me a Coffee, we will do Critical Race Theory Bingo. I think that one's a lot faster because 15,000 subscribers is going to be a long time. So I figured that would be a lot faster. We can get there a lot sooner and have a lot more fun, and also get kind of used to doing things off the platform, because doing things on YouTube is starting to get, and I'm sure you've probably heard it from other content creators, YouTube is doing some bad things. So I want to kind of get people used to checking their emails and signing up for their newsletter, for my newsletter, and that kind of stuff, seeing stuff on Buy Me a Coffee before they see it on YouTube. So then they're used to going to their Buy Me a Coffee page and getting it before they get it on YouTube, because YouTube will be getting it after the fact. I hope that makes sense. So all that to say, thank you so very much. So check me out on Buy Me a Coffee. I just dropped the link down in the description. Check it out. Let me know what you think, all that kind of good stuff. But once I hit 25 members on Buy Me a Coffee, then we're going to go ahead and do Critical Race Theory Bingo. That's going to be a whole lot easier to do, a lot faster to do than 15,000 subscribers, because that was a lot. That was kind of an audacious goal, Jason. And then at the end of the day, subscribers are great. Subscribers are wonderful for YouTube, but when they don't monetize your platform, it doesn't do a lot for the content creator, because they like that. That's how they do that stuff. Low down. But it was just something I thought about. Talking Story said, am I on Twitter, formerly known as X, more free and can do videos there? Okay, people have told me that you can do videos on Twitter, and I didn't know that. Clearly I didn't know this. Literally just this afternoon, this is my first time hearing that you could put long form videos on Twitter. I didn't know that. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be looking, I am on Twitter, by the way. And I think in the, right here, I think all of my socials are on there, Talking Story. But Yeah, I didn't know that you could do that. So yeah, in my link in the bio are all my Instagram, my social. I think my Threads is on there, my Facebook, not my Facebook, my YouTube, uh, Etsy, Pinterest, all that stuff, all of it. Buy me a coffee link, all of that is there. Let me just show you this real quick. Oh, like this is some reason other the page is loading slow. I have no idea what's wrong with Buy Me a Coffee's page. I'm gonna wait till it loads up because it's not doesn't look like it's loading. I'm y'all are telling me some new stuff right here. Bible Care Share says he makes his videos on YouTube and puts them on at Twitter. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was today old when I realized you could put full. I knew you could put like short videos on YouTube on Twitter, like similar to like more than 3 minutes. I'm telling you right now, I was today old when I found out that you could put. So I could put an hour-long video on Twitter. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, I did not know that. Wow. I'm gonna have to check that out. I did not know that you could do that. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense, but I didn't know that. I did not know that. Wow. I'm gonna talk about that. Was a great question. BD asked about Rumble. Let me real quick show you. Why is this doing this? I tell you, man. All right, so this is my Buy Me a Coffee page. Thanks so much for checking it out. You can just support me if you want to support, or if you would like to become a member. You click on the little member tab. There's a couple membership options there, and every week when I do new videos, I send them out to my Buy Me a Coffee crowd, Brew Crew. They get those before I upload them onto YouTube, usually about 2 or 3 days ahead of time, so they can kind of get a peep on it, see what's going on, and such like that. And of course, if they want to talk about it, they can do that as well. So check it out. Buy Me a Coffee. All right. So look, I really want. All right, let me start right here. So Sprosky Lay says someone's going to have to hook you up with multiple streamings next. Multiple platforms at once. No, I stream on here and Twitch. It's just I'm not effective. What it is I'm not effective on it. That's the problem. I need to start a Dear World Christian Facebook page. I need to be streaming to Facebook. Clearly, I need to be streaming to Twitter. Who knew that? Who knew that? Probably somebody who doesn't appreciate my blurry background. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. I did not know that until literally today. Good gracious. Okay, but I do want to answer this question. What about Rumble? It's right there. What about Rumble? Yo, Rumble it has a lot of potential, but let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. YouTube is like the NBA. Okay, it's established. There's no way you're going to unseat the NBA. I'm not going to start a league today or even 2 years ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I try to start a league right now. I cannot unseat the NBA or the NFL. Remember when they tried to do that XFL league and whatnot? Anybody heard from them? The Arena League? Whatever happened to them? They still did not. It's just too big of a machine. And so Rumble, the same thing here. Rumble is struggling to get past. They have some infrastructure problems that are very difficult to overcome without help. And sadly, Amazon and Apple and all these guys are not sharing. Like Rumble can't use the cloud, so they're having to build their own cloud. Whereas, Apple and Amazon and YouTube, they just have access to the clouds, but they have to build their own cloud. And it doesn't allow them to, because they're free speech, because you're going to say naughty, mean words. It doesn't allow it's difficult. And I say that because Rumble is hard to, for example, I could set up a test live stream within a few seconds right here, right now, and everybody can see it, and it'll be instantaneous. Like, hey, just doing a mic check, want to make sure my sound is right, so on and so forth. It is so difficult to do that on Rumble because they have to build all this in order to get it to stream to YouTube. I got to get the stream key, and the stream key, if you know anything about the stream key, it is not a pretty thing. It is like I'm not even being funny. It's like an 18 letter alphanumeric code that is on YouTube that I got to put in Rumble in order, and I got to do that every time. But on StreamYard, because StreamYard plays well with YouTube, all I got to do is just hit go live, and it goes live. So it's those speed bumps like that, and those are not small speed bumps. And at the moment, they're not really supporting Rumble like that. So it makes it very difficult to just put content on there. Sure, I could just put content primarily on Rumble, but where are you all? Where are you all? I mean, do you all know that I have a Rumble page? I mean, that kind of stuff. So sometimes it gets hard to support the up and comings. And even then, even with Rumble, I'm now keenly aware that I have to put stuff out on Jason's platform, on Jason's, or as somebody likes to say, grow this on my own soil. So even in that, I'm literally paying for my own server so I can do videos and I can put them on dearwokechristian.com, and then I'll put them on YouTube. I'll put them on dearwokechristian.com, share them with my Buy Me a Coffee people for a week, let them see them, make sure they enjoy it, get feedback from them, and then I'll put it out on YouTube. But I can't put it on YouTube first. And that's what most of us have been doing, which is just like, YouTube is great. It is the juggernaut. The problem is if they decide that the juggernaut wants you not to be on their platform, you are messed up. Ask all these content creators that have been kicked off of YouTube. It is pretty crazy. So that's why it's hard to put and again, I'm not mad at Rumble. I want to support Rumble. I have a Rumble page and my videos go to Rumble. So this video is going to be on Rumble. The problem is it's just hard to do it in real time. And so the videos can go up there without a lot of hassle, but the live streams, that's where a lot of people get a lot more engagement and interaction. The live streams is just hard to do. So, what YouTube thought about ad blocking. I don't know why my questions are not coming up on the screen now. Ad blocking would do discourage ad block, encourage buying YouTube Premium. Oh, that's why they've been asking me about YouTube Premium. I didn't know why they were doing that. Okay. What it actually did was make normies aware of ad block, make actual good ad block like that on Brave, not a paid sponsorship, citation needed, insanely popular. Oh, I got you. I use Brave for my clients' content when I'm doing their YouTube, when I'm updating their YouTube work. Let me see, any others? Twitter, if you keep your humor and non-combatant attitude, you will get big on Twitter. Okay. I mean, y'all are, hey, look, this listening session was amazing because I've learned a lot. As someone who has watched and associated with Twitch stream, I'm ideologically opposed to non-video game Twitch streams. Okay. Especially ones about politics and religion. Leave those to, okay. That's fair enough. I mean, I don't get a lot of engagement on Twitch. I just was there just to put it somewhere else. StreamYard is super easy. Sprosky lady. Except now for some reason it's putting my videos up super slow. I mean, my comments slow. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, Rumble's, and it's not Rumble's fault. That's the thing. You would think, how I understand it, I spoke with somebody, BD, who is a application designer for lots of the different platforms and such like that. And they explain it to me like this, like, whereas before it would be illegal for you to say that you're not going to let's say I were an electric company, and let's say that across town is an organization that I ideologically disagree with. And I say, well, I'm not going to sell electricity to you because you tell people that they should shave their beards off. And I'm ideologically opposed to that teaching. So me as an electric company, I stand against an organization that tells people they should shave their beards off. So therefore, we're not going to give you electricity. Well, we would all immediately say that's probably wrong. Electricity is a utility. It's got to be shared with everybody. And I think that's the fact. I think a utility company should not be involved in that. They should be able to say, hey, if this company is telling people to shave their beards off, though we disagree with that as a people, as a company, we'll sell them power to do their business. Most of us probably would agree with that. Well, the problem is that is the normal function and work and the way that most conservative, Christian, right-leaning people handle it. The problem is when it's in the left's favor, they don't do that. And what I mean by that is when you have a company like Rumble that is open to free speech, that is very pro-free speech, though they're not cutting off their power per se, I think it's fair to say that the cloud and having access to cloud-based storage is almost like a utility for many companies today. I mean, I could only imagine how much information YouTube and Google use on a daily basis, Apple on a daily basis, our cell phone companies on a daily basis. The cloud is almost like a necessity. It's very close to a necessity, especially for businesses. I don't know if it's a necessity for me and for you, but unless you're a business, of course. But for a business, I think it's a necessity. Well, because Rumble is pro, freedom of speech and they pro First Amendment, the left has cut off their access to the cloud like that. So they actually have to build their own cloud. And that is a huge problem. Whereas before, a company would just, XYZ company would just come in and buy cloud storage and then sell that cloud storage out to its users. Well, Rumble has to literally build the cloud storage in order to use the cloud storage while they're trying to bring in content to get the money to pay for the cloud storage. It's crazy. So that's how I understand. That's how I understood it. But that is it. I don't know why it's running so slow. I don't know. Anyway, good people, thank you so much for participating in my listening session. That was a lot of fun. I think I got some good ideas out of there. So I'm sure there'll be some emails when I log off. So I thank y'all so much for that. I thank you for not only for your encouragement, for your prayers. Thank you for engaging with, if you came in late, I've been interacting a lot with persons who don't subscribe to the Christian faith, atheists and such like that. Thank you so much for engaging them in the comments very respectfully, because at the end of the day, we demonstrate our faith, even in the way we comment to unbelievers. We show them like, yo, this is real to me, not just real, but it is reality. And therefore we live it out and help them to see that. That's the best way to keep that in front of them. So thank you all so much. There'll be some great things coming up this week. If you are a member of Buy Me a Coffee, please check your email. Make sure you don't put me in the spam folder. I heard I was in someone's spam folder, and I heard I was in somebody's special folder. Like, I'm special spam. I don't know. But anyway, check that out. And I'm looking forward to doing this again, everybody, real soon, Lord willing. So thank you so much for those great ideas. I'm going to try to figure out some ways that as we're moving into and preparing for 2024, maybe you'll see it. A little Westminster Confession minute or something. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. I'm going to look through it and see if I can get a good idea of like how many would it be. And can I do these as like shorts or whatever? So thank you so much for that idea. And then thank you for the panel discussion idea. There's some good ideas. So I got a lot of good stuff tonight. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Everybody, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you again real soon, Lord willing. Everybody, good night. Grace and peace.